Winter in the Australian rainforest is the season of fruit. Avocados, mandarins, bananas, kiwis and oranges fill the orchards. At our feet, ducks waddle past. They are an important part of the permaculture system, holding a key role in keeping the orchards healthy and encouraging bountiful fruit to grow. They fertilize the soil with their droppings and eat any fallen fruit. They also collect pests quickly in their beaks. Their favourite snack is a snail or bug. This orchard is about 15 years old. Our parents planted it. The food forest spreads across the farm, and some orchards were planted 60 years ago. There is also a starfruit tree. This magical 5-pointed fruit tastes different from any other fruit that I could describe. It is both sour and sweet at the same time, and it grows abundantly. These are the first bananas that we've ever grown from scratch. We planted a new banana patch about 2 years ago, and this is the first bunch to ripen. We have a few different varieties growing, but this one is a ladyfinger, which is smaller and sweeter than a normal banana.
Today is officially the day that I'm going to harvest my first bananas that I've ever grown, all the way from sucker to fruit. I'm so excited and proud. I'm very proud. I've got a cane knife, which is super blunt, and I've also got a machete just in case, and it's super blunt as well. So we'll see how that goes. We've also got the neighbour's cow here to see it. I'm thinking that maybe she's here to try to catch the fruit as it falls and steal it from me. Oh, I got it splattered on me. Okay, getting more used to it now. Coming down a bit. Oh. I'm getting used to it now. And ta-da! I'm so proud. And the cow is happy because she gets to eat all the leaves. Our parents and our grandparents were all banana farmers, so this feels like a really big moment for me to harvest my first bunch that I've grown all the way from a tiny little sucker all the way to this bunch. But I think I did a few things wrong. The bell came off when it hit the fence, so there's sap coming out here. My hands are going to be so stained, but that's all part of the story. I've given a few leaves to the cow, but the rest I'm going to save as compost for the garden. It's really good to cover soil with these big leaves and feed all of the nutrition back into the earth. Okay, I'm going to try to chop this down a bit so that I can get all of that onto the soil. But I don't know if this is too blunt, but we'll see. This little hook is for getting all of the particular things away. It's such a cool tool. Sorry, cow, no more. I've heard that you can cook or do different things from the bells, but I don't know if that's every type of banana or just particular types. I'm not sure.
Growing your own food provides purpose like no other. To see food grow from a tiny plant to a delicious fruit that nourishes you, That has to be one of the most meaningful things.
It's so heavy. Julia, I need help. It's too heavy. Okay. Is that on?
Just let it go slowly, kind of, because it didn't quite catch that loop. Oh, I think it'll do it.
Oh,
Congratulations!
Thank you,
Your first ever bananas.
Oh, I'm so proud. I can't wait to taste it.
To celebrate fresh homegrown bananas, I'm going to cook a meal entirely grown on the farm. It is the end of the wet season and the beginning of the dry. This brings endless sunny days, but it also means that the creeks are full of water. This is the season for lazy days spent by the water with soft winter sun on your face.
So today my plan is to move all of the duck paddocks around a bit and sort the routine so that it's all going to be a lot easier. So at the moment the ducks live in this paddock, and it's really great because they care for the orchards so beautifully, all just naturally in the way that they exist really. Every morning they wake up and they waddle down here and they eat any fallen fruit, so then there'll be no fruit flies or fruit bats that will come and be attracted by the fallen fruit. And then, of course, they poop and they fertilise the soil, and their pen is just there, so all of their poop from the nighttime also fertilises the fruit trees. And then they also just keep the grass down so that the trees have better growth, so it's all a perfect system. On this side of the orchard there are mandarins, oranges, different types of oranges, and then over here is a big starfruit tree. And down here is bee. And you can see the difference of how these orchards are clear from the duckies eating all of the fallen fruit and clearing the grass and just caring for the land, compared to the other side of the orchard, which is honestly a bit of a mess. It's full of weeds and there's no ducks in there, so I think we've got plenty of ducks so we can make a difference, can't we, Cloud? Quunk, quunk. So this is the overgrown section where there's lots of lantana. There is pumpkin vines that have been growing, which the ducks will probably eat, but that's a sacrifice I think we're willing to make because this is a big avocado tree that's a bit overrun with weeds, so I think it'll be better to just get this all kind of chopped down by the ducks. So my plan is to remove this old fence, which is what's holding the ducks back from this side, and I'm going to move it a bit that way, so then I'll have ducks on both sides of the fence this time. So I need to find the end of this fence, and I think that it's somewhere in there, so I'm going to make a little tunnel like I'm a goat and I'm going to try to find it. I would never attempt this in summer because there's too many snakes, but all the snakes are sleeping now, so I should be right. I'm stuck. Alright. Alright, no hat. I see mountains. That is the path that I came from. But I see mountains. So this is what happens when we don't have ducks and goats caring for the orchards. It gets overgrown. All of this just to retrieve a fence. I was about to give up. I am so over it. I have been trying to pull out this fence for hours and I'm still here and I barely got anywhere through it. It's just taking the longest time because it's full of grass and it's all woven through. So it's still going to be a little bit until I finish it. But I was going to give up because I was feeling sorry for myself and I thought that I'd done enough and my back was sore and I was over it, and then I looked out to the view and it was so beautiful and I saw a few cockatoos fly past and I thought, oh, how many people would want to be just sitting here and watching this view right now, let alone working within this view and with ducks that I've raised that love me by my side and doing this meaningful job of, even if it's just moving a fence, I'm going to move that fence and then protect this orchard by letting the ducks into this side. And I thought, wow, I'm pretty lucky. I will keep doing it. If you're thinking, Anastasia, why didn't you just brush cut first? Wouldn't that make it a lot easier? Then, shh! We're all thinking it. I think the ducks are thinking it. I'm definitely thinking it. But I didn't. So I'm going to continue using my hands as a brush cutter. And I'm almost done. I got it all unstuck out of the grass. I think I'm going to do the rest tomorrow, as in putting it up again, but at least I've got it out. Not allowed in yet, but soon you will be allowed. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. Are you ready for a new paddock, Happy? This is Happy. She's getting so big. She was a little duckling, what, a month ago? 2 months ago? You've grown so fast. Yes, you have. Snuggy is a lot more shy, but Happy loves cuddles, so Happy comes for cuddles every morning. But today, we're going to fence you off a new paddock, aren't we? Aren't we? Today is our shortest day. It's officially the winter solstice, and this morning it was really cold and I couldn't get out of bed, but then the sun came out. And now I'm ready for work because the sun makes me warm. Hey, Happy? So I've just thought about it, and I think that I didn't have to move half of the fence. I could have just left it here because I think it'll be better if we create a fence line that goes up and it'll turn into a big paddock that even the goats can come into, because normally they jump one of the fences, but we can cut off one of the fences with this fence. And then we can have goats, sheep and ducks on this side where there's molasses grass. This is molasses grass, and we've got it right up in the hill paddocks as well. And we always know where the goats have been adventuring, because if they've been in molasses grass, they come back all sticky everywhere. Hello, did you come all the way to visit? Hello, Snug. Hi, good morning. Please don't tangle. Coming through, coming through. You should be more scared. You should be more scared of people stomping. I am so tangled. I need to untangle this all and make sense of it. Maybe if that goes through. Yes! That was easy! Come on, come on! On this side we have the goats, and they have not jumped the fence yet, touch wood. And on this side we also have all the cool ducks, and then on the smaller orchard side we just have Happy and Snug. And so far it's all going to plan, but I'm going to sit here and eat my mandarin that I just picked fresh off the tree and check that no one jumps the fence, because you can never trust a goat. So the plan is that now the sheep and the goats and most of the ducks will have access to this whole big side of the orchard, which doesn't have any small trees that are growing right now. And then on the other side of the orchard, where there are more small trees, I've just got 2 ducks, Happy and Snug, and they'll keep that grass down, or we might brush cut as well, because 2 ducks isn't much. But This side of the orchard, hopefully, will be looking very clean in no time. So we have established fruit trees all on that side of the paddock, and then on that side we have smaller fruit trees that we planted quite recently. And then on this side we have more fruit trees that are quite small, and they've got little goat barriers around them so that the goats won't eat them. And the plan is to plant up this whole paddock with fruit trees. Hema, what do you think? And put fruit trees all through it, lots of different types, and work together with the goats, with all of the animals and us all working together as one to make this beautiful big food forest. And we just wanted to thank our patrons so much for your support on this. It really means so much for us to be able to do these amazing projects and keep caring for the land.